This is an application, question 42, on the exemption of the assets and revenues of the non-stock non-profit corporation. The Pinnacle Technological Institute, a non-stock non-profit educational institution, operates a side business involving the sale of specialized laboratory for our company. So in 2024, PTI's financial results were as follows. So una, mayroon silang tuition fee na worth 30 million. Second, they have 15 million net income from the sale of laboratory equipment. And 5 million doon sa unconditional donation. So this is donation. Now, the coverage of the exemption dito sa mga non-stock non-profit educational institution ay kasali po ang donation. Kasali din yung custom tariffs, mga ganun. PTI's total operating expenses include faculty salaries and educational materials amounted to 40,000. So ito yung total nilang expenses. Then the net of that, they deposited 8 million to remaining funds in the long-term investment account for future campus expansion, while the 2 million balance was applied to research grants. So this is related to educational, while this one is not and is unrelated to the purpose. Based on the strict statutory compliance for the income tax exemption of the non-profit, kasi sinabi doon, para magiging exempted, kailangan lahat ng revenues and assets are used and in the purpose of education. Okay, para maging exempt. Now, sabi dito, what is the correct taxable income? So, kung ganun yung rule. Okay. Sinabi to una na 0 daw, fully exempt. Now, we have here, nangyari kasi dito, 8 million was used to unrelated purpose. So, nagiging outside siya doon sa only criterion that is used by the Constitution to make the revenues and assets being exempt from taxation. So, itong 8 million, it must be taxable. So, sinabi niya dito, fully exempt. So, that's not the right answer. Ang kanyang explanation dito, because the institution is non-stock, the net amount was used to earmark institutional purposes, which is not true kasi investment in for expansion is not institutional purposes, which is futuristic pa. What is stated in the Constitution ay kailangan ngayon, not future. Future siya. So if you use that for investment for now, you are using those funds not related to the educational purposes. So that's why that is taxable. Letter B, 15 million daw. Only the income to unrelated business is taxable, as this income is not derived from instructional activities, and the disposition test does not apply on the specific type of income under the NIRC rules. Now, I would like to emphasize this one. Yung test kasi is yung use test or disposition test na as long as those revenue are used for educational, then it will exempt. It exempts the revenue and assets from taxation. Basta related lang siya doon sa education, yung paggagamitan. Ngayon, kung ito ay galing sa unrelated na business activities, which is active kasi ito, kasi there was a sale, this become exempt. Exempt ito. Ang ipinagbawal ng batas na, kasi mayroon kasi doon sinabi na, yung mga income, unrelated income, magkaiba. Una, mayroon tayong use test. Ito is yung source. So, dalawa yan. Source at saka plus use test. Okay. Pag pumasa sa use test, lahat ng lahat ng income ginamit doon sa education, okay, isa ito sa pagbasihan na magiging ano siya. Pero dagdagan yan, kasi titingnan yon kung ang unrelated income, ang source niya is passive. Kung passive yan, I'm talking about kung ano yung criteria para maging exempt. Kalawa is, kailangan yung unrelated income, yung source, kailangan coming from the active business. Okay, so, kahit na unrelated income yan, and related and plus and unrelated, or so related or unrelated income. Yung related income, sigurado yon pag ginamit siya doon sa education purpose, yan ay exempt kasi related income. There's no question of that. Second is, paano kung unrelated income? Pwede din siya ma-qualify for exemption. Okay, basta na-meet niya yung una-una, yung use test. And second, yung unrelated income na yan ay galing sa active business. Take note ha, galing sa active business. So, kahit na unrelated income siya, pero kung galing siya sa active business, exempt pa rin yan. Okay. Now, tandaan dito, kung mayroon kang unrelated income, pero galing yan sa passive income, ang mangyayari dyan ay, anong mangyayari? Kung passive yan, hindi yan papasa sa exemption. Kahit na pumasa siya dito sa use test. Ibig sabihin, kahit na ginamit, halimbawa, mayroon kang investment doon sa stocks, that is a passive. Kung mayroon kang dividend na natanggap doon, that is a passive income. Now, ngayon, sabihin mo na ginamit ko naman ito for educational purpose. Kahit na ganon, kahit pumasa ka sa use test, pero dahil sa passive income yan, then it is to be subjected or subject to tax. It is not exempt. So, in here, sa letter B, sinabi dito na ang 15 million daw is taxable from unrelated kasi galing ito sa unrelated income. Okay, the answer is no. That is not taxable as long as the final use test is related to educational purpose. Now, letter C, 8 million. The total net income, so that would be 50 million. Binawasan ng 40 for the operating, that is 10. Ngayon, hinati yung 10. Yung 8 was deposited doon sa long-term investment. Okay. For future plan expansion daw. Then, yung 2 naman is ginawa doon or ginamit doon sa grant or research grant. So, yung 2 million is pumasa yun sa use test kasi related yun sa education, yung pinagagamitan. Pero, yung 8 million ay hindi pumasa kasi nilagay siya dito doon sa long-term investment para daw sa future plan expansion. So, ang kanyang disposition ngayon, ang kanyang pinagamitan ay hindi po related doon sa education. Kaya ang 8 million is taxable. Okay? So, that's it. So, this one is correct. Letter D. The 15 million minus the rateable 40,000 expense, I mean, kung ano yung allocable na expenses ng 40 million sa 15, then that would be the taxable. So, according dito, only the proprietary income, 15 million subject to income tax. The portion of the 40 may be rateably deducted from the 15, but the tuition and the donation are completely disregarded for tax calculation, which is true. Tuition and donation are fully exempt. No question about that. Pero, itong 15 million, as I discussed earlier, galing kasi ito sa active business income. Ang ipinagbawal lang na hindi pwedeng magiging tax exempt ay yung passive. Pag passive, not qualified for tax exempt. Kahit nasabihin mo na ang income na yan ay ginamit mo doon sa educational purpose. Okay? So therefore, our answer here is letter C, 8 million.